If you are looking for a magical Christmas story for your kids or your grandkids, or maybe, there's a child that's in the neighborhood and you want to give them a special gift, this is a really fun book. My next author's name is Michael McDonnell, and he wrote Pandora's Christmas. Hello, Michael.
Hello there.
It's so good to have you joining us from the UK.
That's right, yes. Mm.
And you wrote Pandora's Christmas. Tell me what is that's about? What's the general message in Pandora's Christmas?
Well, the general message is it's about um, the horror of Babylon. She wants to get rid of free Satan. If you have a look at the Codex Gigas, it's a big book. You see a picture of Satan in it. Now, what she wants to do is release Satan, and it's all it's what they call a platform, and in the book it's a one big prison sort of thing. But the Satan can get in contact with the whore of Babylon. I'd give her a whore, because the whore carries all the evils there. Everywhere she goes, it spreads her evils, and Pandora wants to collect these evils and put them in the box.
Oh.
So I called it Pandora because it's going to be very brave of her to do this, because how on earth would you get all the evils in the world and put them in a box?
Right.
I thought that would be a challenge. You see. So that's how it came.
It's kind of got a little bit of a Harry Potter feel to it. Is that right?
Yes. I wanted to take her from university, and I put a royal bloodline in it as well, for wizards and witches, generally, how they met up. And I thought they got to be older, to have older than human. Humans, how they began, whoever you think they began. But,
well, what's fun about this is, I mean, to be able to have like a Harry Potter feel, but specifically for Christmas time with witches and wizards and all the magic and everything, that's really unique and it's different.
I like creatures, odd creatures. So I've added other creatures in as well. And I put some necromancers in there. Do you know what necromancer is?
I don't.
It's a witch it's an art. They're able to control the dead, like zombies.
Oh,
move them around, and
you have all kind of characters in here.
Yeah, and I've got time machine in there where there's, it was very hard to use. Only one person could use, and they had a ring as a control.
Wow.
And only royalty could allowed to use it. So,
Michael, it's a bigger book than I expected. Can you go ahead and hold that up for us?
Yeah,
this is a great read.
It's about an inch thick.
Yeah.
And it's got Pandora on the that's the queen.
Okay.
It's not Pandora, but she's reading up on basically different ways of getting rid of the whore of Babylon. Now, I called the whore of Babylon mystery for reasons you'll see in the book.
Okay.
And it's quite interesting. I thought, well, that made a good name as well. That's how I got it. Because, there are 7 evils, 7 deadly sins.
Right.
And you'll notice in the book that each evil had a name. So it's only one scene. Had to be a special event, outside Earth event, and it created this evil that come out. But fortunately, only one evil come out at a time. So I called them mystery.
It's manageable. Right?
Yeah, I had to make it manageable because Pandora would have problems to start off with.
Yes. We're talking a lot about magic being in here. Where does the magic come from?
Yeah, well, I try to think, are we the only magical creature, wizard, witch-like creature on the planet? And I thought to myself, no. I thought to myself, we evolved, and things like Neanderthal man and older creatures, Homo, etc., also had it. And this is where it evolved and got more powerful from there. But and that was
That's
many years
wonderful.
ago.
There's so many things that are unique that we kind of touched on a little bit earlier, like magic and witches, but around Christmas time.
Mm.
And what are some of the other things that you feel make this very unique and interesting?
Well, it carries on to another book where I put another whiz to come from the university and sets up his own business
Hmm.
as a spy really. He's a he's a spy for Her Majesty the Queen in this book. You know, there's a book in Pandora's Christmas which gives you license to do different types of spells,
Hmm.
and it rates you. But there's rates from 1 to 8. 8 is for the royalty, the most powerful. 7 has got no one in it. 7 reasons 7. Reason 7 has got no one in it is because it's a spy thing, and
Oh.
it doesn't show anyone there. But
Ah.
in my next book, it's going to have the series of spy, a wizard who's a spy, and he joins his own private investigation agency.
So
And
what are your plans for this book?
oh, most of the for the one Pandora's Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I hope it does well, and it's my first book, and you may have heard of Satanic Platforms, which is a smaller but same type of book.
Mm.
This one gives another, I'll give it a better beginning and a lead to the next book. Yeah, the next book is called The Real Sovereign, and it's not finished yet. Well, I hope I'll get it finished.
They take time. It's still cooking, right?
Yeah.
So when someone reads this book, what do you want them to feel at the end of it or think about?
Well, I want them to question themselves about. There's some. I didn't want to do this, but I did do it in the end. The political um, politics in it, but it is in there very slightly. And I put
Very
um,
subtle. Hmm.
very subtle things. But I never liked politicians to start off with, so. But it skimmed across that. It had to, I think, because the royalties in it, and it's going to skim across it anyway. And
Right.
those power-seeking people and that.
But but you want them to think about themselves in an
Yeah,
internal way, to self-reflect, it sounds like.
yeah, yeah. It's you see, there's a judge in it who's influenced by politicians, and that's basically
Mm.
where it cut.
Well,
A corrupted judge.
this is most definitely not your typical
Uh,
cozy
no,
Christmas book, but
not
it makes you
really.
think, and it's
Yeah,
very unique.
yeah. I hope so.
Yeah, I was just going to say, as we wrap up the interview, is there any final thought that you have?
Um, no, not really. You have your worries about it. You just look on it. Just yeah, Michael McDonnell. Spelled
Well,
it.
Michael McDonnell, represented by Book Trail Agency, and we
That's
thank you
right.
so much for being here. And for those that are just listening to the interview and not watching it on video, how can they get a hold of your book?
Well, you can get it online, or you can get it in the shops.
Okay.
It's both way. Order it. It'll have the ISBN number on there,
Okay.
and you'll be able to get it through there.
Michael, thank you so much for joining us. I hope that you have a wonderful Merry Christmas, and
And
I'm
you.
so excited about the next book coming out. Maybe we can talk then.
Yeah, and you. Thank you.
Have a great day.
And you. Bye.